Morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your breakfast, your coffee. I know you're all enjoying each other's company. So welcome to the San Marcos State of the City, featuring our mayor, Rebecca Jones, brought to you by the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce and presented by Kaiser Permanente. I'm Chamber CEO, Rick Rungaitis. I wanted to start just by saying, in fact, I was standing in the back and I told somebody this, but this is, I've been the CEO for the Chamber now for 6 years. And my first year when I started as CEO, I think it was the third weekend, and we hosted State of the City here in this room. And I got here and I thought, oh man, this is awesome. Everybody I want to meet and need to meet is in the same room at the same time. And that's still true today. So appreciate all the support and confidence you have all had in our organization for all these years. We continue to grow. We continue to serve. It's great. It's just, it's great to see everybody. The other thing too, when we were doing name tags last night, there were so many names I saw that it's like, oh, I can't wait to see Roger, and I can't wait to see Steve, and I can't wait to see Christine. But there were so many names that I didn't know. And I think that's indicative of what our chamber does. We've got a strong network of people that have support us for years and years, but we also have a pipeline of new members, new businesses, new entrepreneurs, new organizations that continue to be part of our chamber. So I want to thank you all again for the support and confidence you've had in our organization, continue to have. And I also appreciate you starting your day with us a little earlier maybe than usual, but certainly appreciate you coming out and supporting this event. We're going to talk a lot about today about the chamber. We've got several speakers today, and of course, looking forward to hearing our mayor and everything that's happening in the city. As you can see when you just look out the window, things are happening all over San Marcos. So, at this time, would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and then continue to stand for the invocation. Ready, begin. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage for this morning's invocation, Father Bruce Orsborn from St. Mark's Catholic Church. Father?
When you said everyone that you wanted to see was here in the room, did that include me? We haven't seen you in a while at the church. Let us pray together. Lord, as we gather for the State of the City address and this Chamber of Commerce breakfast, we come with grateful hearts. Grateful for our city, grateful for abundant rain, grateful for projects being completed and well underway, grateful for a new hospital and the growth of the city. We now ask that you send your blessings upon us, upon our families, our businesses, all the civil servants, our first responders. We ask your blessings upon those who are in need, those who seek a home, lack proper food, and need assistance in so many ways. As we hear the address of our mayor, may it inspire us. May it lead us to be of service for one another. And may the servants be with respect and compassion for all. With grateful hearts, we pray, amen.
Thank you, Father. We are proud and grateful once again to be hosting this event at CSUSM. At this time, would CSUSM Provost Dr. Carl Chemnitz please join me on the stage?
Thank you, Rick. And welcome back to California State University, San Marcos. Before I begin, it's important to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory and homelands of the Luiseño Payamcawishan people. We at CSUSM are proud to be part of this thriving city, the heart of education in North County. Our partnership with the City of San Marcos and the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce has been long-standing over the last 34 years. Over those years, our paths of evolution and growth have intertwined and have led to tremendous synergies and collaborations. Today, at CSUSM, we are a campus of 16,000 students, and as of last week, or just over a week ago, over 60,000 alumni, the vast majority of whom remain right here to work, live, raise families, and to give back to the community. Just over a week ago, we graduated over 4,200 students. 57% of them were the first in their families to earn a bachelor's degree. For me, and for so many of us at CSUSM, graduation day represents the true measure of our work, preparing students to be innovative, thoughtful, and compassionate leaders who are committed to making a positive difference in their communities. Just over a year ago, we launched our new institutional strategic plan called The Power of CSUSM, The Power of Us, focused on harnessing the collective power of our entire region to support student success and drive inclusive economic growth for all. Our new mission is focused on student success, and our vision is to be a national leader in social mobility. Both of these ideals, student success and social mobility, have been baked into our DNA since our founding 34 years ago. What's exciting is that were recently recognized as the #1 in the nation out of over 1,400 colleges and universities on the Social Mobility Index. That's a ranking that measures how well universities graduate students in less time, with less debt, and into good-paying careers and leadership opportunities. When you also consider that over 40% of our students are low income, 12% are military affiliated, and the majority of our students come from underrepresented backgrounds in higher education, you start to understand the true impact of our work. The Public Policy Institute of California just released a report documenting that individuals in our state with a bachelor's degree out-earn those with only a high school diploma by 3 times as much. But it's not only economic gains that we care about. It's about quality of life, civic engagement, and contributing to the public good. CSUSM is truly this region's university. Today's students are tomorrow's teachers, nurses, data scientists, engineers, artists, and so on, with 8 in 10 graduates staying right here in Southern California to serve and work in our schools, in our healthcare facilities, our scientific labs, our financial institutions, and our social service agencies. I want to particularly thank the hundreds of organizations who partner with us every day to infuse service learning and community engagement into our curriculum. Over the past academic year, we've had student groups working toward reducing hunger by redistributing produce that would otherwise go to waste, helping senior citizens at the San Marcos Senior Center navigate emerging technology, and supporting the parents of local K-12 students on their path to citizenship. Clearly, our university is not just a launching pad toward higher social and economic mobility, but a true inclusive economic engine for our region and our state, reaching deep into our communities so that no one is left behind. At CSUSM, our doors are open wide, and we are just getting started. I'm grateful for your partnership because when we work together through the power of you, the power of us, and the power of CSUSM, there's no limit to what we can achieve as a university, a city, and a region. So thank you.
Thanks, Carl. I remember someone once told me you can't have a great city without a great university, and we certainly have that here in San Marcos, and we're so pleased to be here again this year. Okay, at this time, I'd like to recognize several elected officials in attendance today. I had on my list United States Congressman Mike Levin, but I'm not sure I've seen him today. San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond. From the city of San Marcos, we have Mayor Rebecca Jones, Deputy Mayor Sharon Jenkins, and Council members Ed Musgrove and Mike Sanella. I'd also like you to recognize City Manager Jack Griffin and his wonderful staff that are here today as well. Also, representing the office of Congressman Scott Peters is Cesar Solis. Representing State Senator Brian Jones is Kyle Herman, and joining County Supervisor Jim Desmond is Crystal Jabara. We also have elected officials from Palomar College, Palomar Health, Tri-City Medical Center, and Vallecito Water District. Please rise and be recognized. San Marcos is the education hub of North County. In addition to CSUSM Provost Chemnitz, I'd like to recognize President and Superintendent of Palomar College, Dr. Star Rivera-Lacey. President and Chief Academic Officer for the University of St. Augustine for Health Sciences, Dr. Brian Goldstein. And Superintendent of the San Marcos Unified School District, Dr. Andy Johnson. We have several members of our Chamber's Board of Directors here today as well. So as much as important as they are, let's hold applause until they're done. I'm done reading the names. Our board chair from EDCO, Jim Ambroso. Carla Reuter with San Diego Union Tribune. Matt Simmons with CCI Consultants Collaborative. Sheila Brown with Palomar Health. Justin Buhagier, Boys and Girls Club of San Marcos. Godfrey Gibbison with CSUSM. Verinda Missett with Interface Community Services. Will Rivera with California Coast Credit Union. Tess Sangster with the City of San Marcos. Patrick Schallberger with Hollandia Dairy. And Debbie Thompson with California Bank and Trust. Thank you. We appreciate the great partnerships that we have with all the businesses and organizations that serve San Marcos. At this time, I'd like to recognize the sponsors for today's event. Our presenting sponsor, Kaiser Permanente. Our platinum sponsors today are California State University San Marcos, Children's Primary Dental, Mission Circle Communities by Shane Lennar, North City, and Palomar Health. Our gold sponsors are EDCO, KB Home, Meritage Homes, Palomar College, and Tri-City Medical Center. Our program sponsor today is Marcos Area of the Arts. And our silver sponsors are CCI Consultants Collaborative, National Corps, Pima Medical Institute, SDG&E, and the San Diego Union Tribune. And then also a special thanks, we have many table sponsors today, so appreciate the sponsorship from all our table sponsors that are up on the screen. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Jane Finley, who is the Senior Vice President, Area Manager for San Diego Service Area for the Kaiser Foundation Plan. Jane is Senior Vice President, Area Manager for Kaiser Permanente Health Plan and Hospitals in San Diego, including Kaiser Permanente's 2 acute care hospitals with more than 620 licensed beds and 28 other medical facilities. More than 9,000 employees and more than 1,400 physicians care for 633,000 Kaiser Permanente members throughout San Diego County. As a senior executive for Kaiser Permanente in San Diego, Jane's responsibilities include oversight of all healthcare delivery, financial operations, business strategy, and health plan and hospital support functions. Before her current role, Jane was the Senior Vice President, Executive Director of the Kaiser Permanente Downey Medical Center area, consisting of a 352 licensed bed Kaiser Foundation hospital, 500 Permanente physicians, and nearly 320,000 members. Jane joined Kaiser Permanente in 1984 at the Southern California Regional Offices in the Program Planning Department. Since that time, she has held various positions, including Director of Planning, Business Strategy and Finance Leader, Tri-Central, Director of Hospital Operations, Panorama City, and Service Area Manager of the Valley Service Area. Please welcome Jane Finley.
Thank you, Rick. I've been around a long time. I gotta work on that a little bit, I guess. Anyway, good morning, and thank you, Rick, and the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce for gathering us this morning to celebrate the vision and leadership that makes San Marcos a wonderful place to live, work, learn, and play. Today's theme is Powered Through Service, and I have the privilege of serving alongside 12,000 Kaiser Permanente staff and physicians who care for our more than 630,000 members in the San Diego area. A great and growing number of members are here in North County and right here in San Marcos. So it's especially exciting to be here with you this morning as we are so close and we're nearing the grand opening of the Kaiser Permanente San Marcos Medical Center, which will offer San Marcos and North County residents a state-of-the-art hospital close to home. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge my great friend and incredible colleague, Max Villalobos, our Chief Operating Officer. Please stand up, Max. Chief Operating Officer for North County, including the San Marcos Medical Center. Max and his team have worked incredibly hard and have done an amazing job to get this hospital ready to be open in just 27 short months. And for those that are in healthcare, I know you know how hard that is. And also, we did it during COVID. So very excited, and thank you, Max, for your team. It was a couple years ago that Mayor Jones and many of you joined us for the groundbreaking festivities at our hospital construction site, which is on Rush Street, right next to our medical office building. And here we are getting ready to officially open the doors in August. It's been an amazing journey. Again, thank you, Max, to you and your team for making this happen. For those of you who aren't familiar with the new hospital, it'll include 206 private rooms, 8 operating rooms, including a Da Vinci robot, a 39-bay emergency department, maternal and child health services with labor and delivery, and a level 2 NICU. And this is literally hot off the press. It will be a LEED Platinum building. That's huge for us because it exemplifies Kaiser Permanente's deep commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship. This significant infrastructure investment is designed for 50, 60, 70 years of service to this community. But as beautiful and capable as this building is, it's about the people who power it. We are creating 1,000 new jobs in San Marcos to run that hospital, bringing an economic engine that will help drive the local economy for decades and decades to come. This vision is coming to fruition through outstanding collaboration with so many wonderful partners and leaders. The City of San Marcos has been an outstanding leader and partner. Mayor Jones has been supportive since day one, and have all the city council members, city manager Jack Griffin, and the talented, professional, and motivated city staff. We Kaiser Permanente are truly thankful. The fantastic San Marcos Chamber of Commerce, leading business community to help foster a productive, connected environment for businesses of all sizes and types to thrive. Thank you, Rick and team, for your support. Our education partners at CSU, San Marcos, Palomar College, and others who bring us a talented workforce. We will continue to partner with you to keep the pipeline full of stellar healthcare heroes of the future. And we are also grateful for the nonprofit and community organizations in San Marcos and North County that do amazing work and contribute to the quality of life here. Our entire Kaiser Permanente team here in San Marcos and beyond is so excited to be even more closely partnered with the City of San Marcos, the Chamber, and you all. We join you in a passion and dedication to service, and I personally would like to invite all of you to our upcoming community-wide grand opening celebration that'll take place Saturday, July 29th. Mark your calendars, and more information will be coming out soon. I look forward to seeing you all there, and thank you all so very much for your support and partnership.
Thanks, Jane, and thanks again to Kaiser Permanente for being the presenting sponsor for today's event. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce a man who likes to talk trash. The general manager of EDCO and the chamber chairman of the board, Jim Ambroso.
You know, my kids, they say that trash is our bread and butter. They learned it early on, and rightfully so. Well, I wanted to go off script just for a second this morning because I hope all of you had a chance to look outside this morning and see it. Did you guys see it? Did y'all see it? A patch of blue sky. It was up there. It was up in the sky. So I'm here to declare that May Gray is officially over. Yeah, I know June gloom starts tomorrow, but be encouraged. There's blue sky up there somewhere. Well, I'm happy to be here this morning. I was given the task of sharing with you the state of the Chamber of Commerce. And so the question I was posed with is, so how are we doing? How is the Chamber of Commerce doing these days? And as the current board chair, I must say it is good. It's great. It's better than ever. Of course, you'd expect me to say that since I'm the chair. But I'm here to emphatically say to you this morning that yes, the Chamber is doing really well. The business community in San Marcos is doing very, very well. I'm proud to be representing over 330 Chamber members this morning who are working together to maintain a healthy and sustainable work environment. Now, I won't attempt to steal the mayor's thunder this morning, but from a regional perspective, we are growing at a healthy pace. Developers have their eye on San Marcos. From the North City development just outside this room to new projects at Restaurant Row's location and all the growth in healthcare, which we've heard about, we are seeing great growth. They all feed into an economic growth engine that attracts more companies, more investment, more jobs for our community. This year, the Chamber adopted the phrase, "We are building out." Last year, we broke out from the constraints of the pandemic, hallelujah. This year, we are building out upon our businesses, our base, our foundation, so to speak, upon the business community that weathered the pandemic storm. We are saying to the community, it's time, and we are here to grow again. So what does that mean? Well, practically speaking, it means we are looking around and asking, how can we better support each other? How can we network better? How can we do business together? We are tapping into our higher education partners and coordinating events, looking for ways to better train our business leaders and our employees. We began working with the San Marcos Unified School District and sponsored our first, and not our last, mind you, Rising Stars Scholarship Program. This is an amazing program where students who have climbed back onto the road to success are recognized and rewarded for overcoming hardships. This year, the San Marcos Chamber awarded 10 local high school students with college scholarships for their hard work and commitment to overcome challenges in their lives. We're really proud to be part of their journey. As your chamber, we are constantly looking for ways to advocate for you. Perhaps as a startup business, and there are many of you, we can help you sort through the exhaustive and at times very expensive permitting and entitlement process, usually by pointing you to other local businesses who can help. For existing businesses, we are advocating for you as well with regulatory changes, dealing with labor shortages, housing needs, opportunity awareness, marketing, and identifying synergies with other businesses and organizations. You will hear more in a few minutes about 2 committees the Chamber recently started aimed at helping businesses with practical needs. In addition, the Chamber is helping to expand its social media footprint, helping with workforce development, such as partnering with our neighboring chambers and the Tri-City Medical Center to promote the SoCal Workforce Initiative. We are sharing job openings while trying to bring greater awareness to the entire community on the services and opportunities provided right here in this great city. We will continue to network with our members. From mixers to numerous other chamber-sponsored events, we promote business-to-business interactions, as well as interactions with our elected officials and the community at large. We so appreciate the support of our local, state, and congressional elected officials, as well as their staff, our county sheriff, and representatives of our area schools. We host a monthly government affairs meeting with many of them and not only learn what they're doing in the community, but we get to share what the business community is also doing. We share our concerns and specific needs, which typically leads to healthy discussion and many takeaways. In closing, I urge you to look around. Look around at this great community. It's happening. It will continue to happen. We will continue to see investment made in our community. Jobs will grow, and the business community will thrive in our midst. Growth is exciting, but with it comes many challenges. Your chamber leadership and the business community we represent are ready to meet those challenges. Together, we will capture the moment and build out and build upon the vision with investment, with homegrown talent, and continue to promote a healthy and sustainable business community for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Summer Stephan, San Diego County District Attorney, and I am delighted to virtually join you in San Marcos for the State of San Marcos address by the amazing Mayor Rebecca Jones, and glad to also join the Chamber for San Marcos. The mayor and the chamber and the amazing city I've had the pleasure to serve and work with for so many years. I would be with you, as you know. I love San Marcos, and I would be right there if I didn't have a really pre-committed event. And this event relates to what I want to discuss with you. This event relates to an amazing collaboration that law enforcement came together to collaborate to bring down major fentanyl dealers and distributors that are hurting and killing our community. I couldn't not miss that commitment, but because I can't be with you, I'm sending this message virtually. I am so proud to see San Marcos grow and become a center for innovation and a center for partnership in public safety. One of the things that was so important to me when I became district attorney was to focus on the prosecution of the perpetrators that are hurting our community, but to also protect and serve and safeguard victims of crime and help extract them from cycles of violence. And the very best way to do that is through family justice centers. These family justice centers that started in San Diego and became a national and international model were missing really in our North County region. We knew that our victims needed that. We knew that there were higher rates of violence in the North County. Domestic violence murders at some years topped 46% of our domestic violence homicides. So on July 5th of 2022, we opened the doors to One Safe Place North, the Family Justice Center. We could not have done that without Mayor Rebecca Jones, Supervisor Jim Desmond, and the Chamber, and all of the different partners that opened their arms and hearts to us. This collaboration with Palomar Hospital and 90 other providers has allowed us to serve over 2,000 victims of crime. 800 were children that we were able to serve and make sure that they have what every child should have, which is to feel safe. Without safety, nothing else thrives. And my commitment to you is to continue to fight the fight, to make sure that along with law enforcement, your sheriff's department, and all of the partners, that we keep San Marcos one of the safest communities in America. I'm so proud to join you, and until the next time when I see you in person, I'll sign out now. Thank you.
Summer was so excited when we invited her to join us today, and so she was extremely disappointed that she couldn't attend and be here in person. But we thank her for providing us with the virtual talk, and then also thank her for everything she does in San Marcos and all of San Diego County. At this time, I'd like to call up our community committee chairs to join me up here on the stage. Wanted to talk a little bit briefly about the committees we have at the chamber. We don't do a lot of committees like some other chambers do because we want to make sure we do ones that work. And we appreciate all the members of our committees for volunteering their time because, as we all know, our time is extremely precious. So our committees are meant to have an impact on our members and have an impact on the community. So we've got also strong leadership, not only with Jim as the board chair, but also with these committee chairs. So I thought it was a great opportunity to call them up today and talk just briefly a little bit about their committee and what they do. So I'm going to start with Richard Marks. Richard is with RDM Management Group, and he is the committee chair for our brand new leadership committee.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Marks, and thank you, Rick. It's a great opportunity to be in front of all of you this morning. I am leading the leadership committee. As Rick mentioned, my company is RDM Management Group. We are a professional training company specializing in about 50 different leadership topics. It's really interesting. We're focusing on serving. That's sort of our theme. And part of leadership, folks, it is serving. It is serving others. And we all have an impact on other people. And the hope is that impact is positive. And through our leadership committee, we're trying to provide courses, topics that are very relevant to leaders to help you better manage your business, to help your people better manage themselves. And we hope to put together a very thriving committee of other folks who are interested in joining our committee. But in addition to that, giving you the tools and blueprints that will help you be successful as business leaders in the San Marcos community. So as I begin to exit, I get the opportunity to introduce the next committee leader. His name is Zeke. And before I turn over the mic to Zeke, Zeke is a very important gentleman. Many of you perhaps already know him, but Zeke has a great insurance company. But in addition to that, they do some audio work as well. I am an author as well. My book is entitled Expect Great Things to Happen, 5 Core Principles of Highly Effective Business Professionals. And when I was looking for someone to conduct or could do my audio book, I found this gentleman at a mixer, at San Marcos Mixer. And thanks to Zeke, my book is now on Audible. Thank you, Zeke, and welcome, Zeke, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, guys. I want to start off by asking the folks in the Member Outreach Committee to rise for me. And let's get them a round of applause. Nyla, yeah, there you are. Carol, Joan, where's Amir? Amir as well. Most of you guys probably know Amir. He wouldn't let you go without knowing him. I appreciate you guys. And they're the folks that were handing out your name tags earlier, that were putting the program on the table earlier. We have a real we type of mentality when it comes to the San Marcos Chamber. And thanks to Rick and Melanie and the team, that's what it's all about for us. Volunteering is easy because of what the Chamber has done for us. So with the Member Outreach Committee, what we're doing is I meet with my team once a month, and we talk about what we can do to help your businesses, what we can do to maximize your membership, make this membership worthwhile to you. And we really value your feedback. So please answer the call, pick up the phone, please, and let us know, because that's helpful for us, as I said, because even as a volunteer, we really take it to heart. And we may not have all the answers. We reach out to Melanie and Michael. I'm sorry, Rick, I said Melanie first. But we know she's the boss, though. But we reach out to them. We give that feedback back to them, and it really helps, with what we can do for the Chamber going forward. So we appreciate all of you guys being here, and we at the Chamber love you. So let me introduce Verinda Missett, our esteemed board member, and from Interfaith Community Services.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. I'm Verinda from Interfaith Community Services. We've been in the community for over 40 years. Know many of you. Thank you very much for having me speak today. I want to talk about our community committee. And the community committee, its mission is to connect local businesses with local nonprofits to create change through volunteer opportunities. So as we've learned, corporate social responsibility is an important recruitment and retention tool, especially for millennials and Gen Z. And this corporate responsibility that companies can create also improves your image, your brand. It can manage risk, develops leadership abilities within your employees, and of course enriches the community that we're in. So we are really excited at the community committee to be creating volunteer opportunities, not only at our nonprofit agencies throughout San Marcos and the county that are chamber members, but also we can tailor a work project for your team at your agency or your place of employment. And so again, it's a really important team building. It's not only good for the community, but it's so good for employees. And I think anybody who's done work projects together or taken a day to do volunteer opportunities can attest to that. So we hope that you will reach out and request a project from us or volunteer opportunities, whether it's a one-off or a team. We really feel like this committee it will enhance the chamber member package, as well as connect local businesses with philanthropic and nonprofit opportunities for your employees. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing information about the committees. One thing I want to add too that's exciting with the leadership committee is we're creating an initiative, and I think Richard had mentioned this too, but really excited about creating a leadership academy that's going to launch in 2024. And not only is it going to be visiting different businesses and organizations, but using talents of someone like Richard to be able to really teach some leadership skills that not only you can take advantage of, but you can send your employees and they can take advantage of it as well. So excited about that. At this time, let's see, now it's time to announce the recipient of the 2023 San Marcos Chambers Community Champion Award. Children's dentistry is an art and a passion. It takes a special person to put a child at ease while at the same time performing important oral care. Dr. Sephora Masumi is just that kind of person. Her smile and international training make her one of the best in San Diego. Under managing dentist Dr. Masumi, Children's Primary Dental brand and Great Dental Group serves the San Diego County with a total of 6 branches. Children's Primary Dental serves the community with over a dozen dentists and providers along with over 60 clinical staff. Dr. Masumi also serves as a senior staff member at Rady Children's Hospital and performs dental surgeries in the operating room. Children's Primary Dental serves the greater San Diego area and has been a premier member of the chamber for several years. Dr. Masumi's team, with its combined knowledge of pediatric dentistry, is second to none in the country. The business is driven by repeat and happy parents, kids, and adults who get the best possible service. Congratulations to Dr. Sephora Masumi, founder, president, managing dentist, and pediatric dentist, and this year's recipient of our Community Champion Award. Thanks, Dr. Masumi. And thanks to Children's Primary Dental, Haas, and your team. We appreciate you being a longtime chamber member as well. All right, you've been waiting for it. Now it's time. Mayor Rebecca Jones, a longtime San Marcos resident and community leader, has served our community for over 16 years. She began her service as city council member from 2007 to 2018, continuing on to serve as vice mayor from 2012 to 2018. She was then elected as mayor in 2018 and 22. Since being elected mayor, Rebecca has prioritized public safety, promoted clean streets and parks, and ensured financial responsibility. San Marcos now enjoys one of the lowest crime rates in the county, as well as new parks and improved infrastructure. Throughout her tenure, Rebecca has dedicated herself to ensuring and maintaining a high quality of life for all San Marcos residents. Mayor Jones is also a strong supporter of small businesses in San Marcos and believes that a healthy business community is an important part of a dynamic and thriving city. She has championed personalized concierge business liaison services, assisting organizations as they work to open in San Marcos. Rebecca continues to streamline city planning processes so that small businesses can open quickly and are set up for success. In addition to her role as mayor, Rebecca represents San Marcos on the Sandag Board of Directors and Regional Planning Committee, where she advocates for transportation solutions that benefit not only San Marcos, but all county residents' individual needs. Rebecca also sits on the Countywide Redevelopment Successor Agency Oversight Board. Successor agency improves actions of all San Diego County area successor agencies and manages the assets and repayment of debts and other obligations. Please welcome to the podium San Marcos Mayor Rebecca Jones.
Thank you. Well, I'm excited to be here. So good morning, San Marcos. How's everyone today? I'm your Mayor, Rebecca Jones, and I'm really thrilled and honored to be sharing the state of the city today with you. I want to extend a special thank you to my colleagues, District 2 Councilmember Mike Sanella, Deputy Mayor Sharon Jenkins, representing District 3, and District 4 Councilmember Ed Musgrove. Thank you for showing up today to the San Marcos State of the City, I should say, and every day working tirelessly to make San Marcos the best it can be. Thank you to the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event and serving as the foundation for our thriving community. We appreciate you. I'm excited to share what we've accomplished together this past year and to celebrate our 60th year of this incredible city. San Marcos is ascending into a new area of its history, but it would be nothing without our past and the people that have served. To show this great history, we have incorporated historical images of San Marcos throughout the program. Please join me in marveling at how far we have come as a community. We are here to honor this foundation and celebrate moving into the next phase of our city. And as always, San Marcos has exemplified qualities such as determination, grit, and the spirit of service. We see these qualities in every aspect of our city, from the development of our new downtown core in North City, the new Kaiser Permanente Hospital, and the near completion of the long-anticipated Creek Infrastructure Project. Through these improvements, we have continued to reinforce what we all know. San Marcos is a destination city worthy of driving to, not just driving through. And I think it's important to take a trip down memory lane and dive into how far San Marcos has come in our 60-year history. When San Marcos first became a city in 1963, we had just one stoplight. I know you probably wish we were all there, but we're not. And we also had just one grocery store. Our population was just 2,500 people. Now we are nearly 100,000 residents strong. Many of you know that the humble beginning of Cal State San Marcos was actually that of a chicken ranch. The Prohorov, a poultry farm, was founded by Russian immigrant Terentий Prohorov and was one of the largest chicken ranches in the entire world. At one point in time, it covered 568 acres near Highway 78 and Twin Oaks Valley Road. During its peak, the ranch housed 2 million chickens and produced 329 million eggs annually, according to local historical data. It goes to show San Marcos has and will continue to be at the center of the global narrative. Today, this legacy of excellence, determination, and grit continues through the education of our young minds here at CSUSM. And it has been an amazing year for CSUSM. With over 16,000 students, the faculty and administrative staff have been hard at work, encouraging and inspiring our next generation of innovators, and leaders. This hard work has paid off with the university receiving $9 million in educational grants and $91 million in state funding to help build a new dining hall and much needed student housing. This money will help expand the already impressive legacy of Cal State University San Marcos. But don't just take my word for it. On top of these financial opportunities, CSUSM was ranked #1 in the U.S. for social mobility, 73 nationally, and #2 in the California State University system of best online colleges by Newsweek magazine. And for the 9th year in a row, the university earned the Higher Education Excellence and Diversity Award from Insight into Diversity magazine. CSUSM has also been expanding their campus with the additions of North Commons Housing Complex and the Innovation Hub. Both buildings will help bolster the college's outreach for students and the San Marcos community alike. With these expansions, safety, though, is still a top priority. We've been able to maintain this as the campus grows, with San Marcos being ranked number 35 as one of the safest college towns in America by SafeWise magazine in 2022. And as you know, education has always been at the forefront of San Marcos. We are the educational hub of North County, as a matter of fact, and we are proud to be developing the next generations of leaders right here in San Marcos. This pride in education, however, begins well before our children reach the college age. San Marcos School District, and I know Dr. Johnson is here today, let's give him another hand, is home to over 19,500 students, and they're ahead of the curve. They are in the top 5 school districts for San Diego County, and overall graduation rate is 95%. It's pretty good. This is thanks to the tireless work of the teachers, principals, administrative staff, but also the parents, of course. Thank you for all you do and will continue to do. Along with pride in our students' academic achievements, I'm also thrilled to roll out the mental health program that we started this year with the San Marcos Unified. Let's face it, together. Coming out of the pandemic, we know that the students in our community are experiencing more anxiety, depression, academic and social pressure, relationship issues, and so much more. That is why the city partnered with San Marcos Unified to create a campaign by investing $2.4 million from our American Rescue Funds into our youth in our community. This innovative program gives students free and confidential access to mental health counselors, family liaisons, and outside healthcare providers. It's hard enough being a teenager, I'm sure we all remember, but these times come with new challenges that these kids shouldn't face alone. In the first quarter of this program, the San Marcos Unified team has already conducted 45 conversations in the 24/7 crisis line, had 3,071 Care Solace interactions, and coordinated over 21,500 communications with Care Solace via calls, emails, and text. The wellness team has provided 170 consultations with students and gone on 62 home visits. The numbers speak for themselves, and this is only the beginning because we are here to support our kids in the community. But our legacy does not stop there. We are also home to a wide range of higher learning education institutions. In addition to Cal State University San Marcos, we are a proud home to Palomar College. I know. Go Comets. The University of St. Augustine for Health Sciences. WCUI for Medical Imaging. Pima Medical Institute. And the University of St. Catherine. So Palomar opened its doors in September of 1946 before I was born, to just 100 students. Now the college has over 18,000 students and spans the main San Marcos campus, multiple education centers, and also 5 education sites. Not only has Palomar's campuses and student body grown, so have their programs. They now offer nearly 200 different curriculums, ranging from emergency medical services to the 2024 launch of their new heavy to moderate zero emissions vehicle technology program, responding to emerging industries' talent needs. And they're also trailblazers in providing course credit to veterans. Their military leadership program is designed to help military students earn their degrees and certificates in areas that align with their training at a reduced cost. It is safe to say San Marcos is helping lead the way in education and providing that local talent. As our city grows, we will continue to strengthen our relationship with our schools and educational institutions to help them expand. And not far away, right behind me, from CSU is North City, our new thriving downtown core. Today, with the help of the City of San Marcos, CSUSM, and Seabreeze Properties, North City has transformed into a thriving economic hub filled with public art, a farmer's market on Tuesdays, our Chamber of Commerce, student and market rate housing, restaurants, and also adventurous activities. It truly is the best of urban living, reimagined. Where else can you grab a bite to eat, climb a rock face, and walk into an office all within the confines of a couple of blocks? Not to mention, if you live there, this could all be downstairs from your home. And you always have something to do, hanging out with friends at the local watering hole, Draft Republic, or enjoying the farmer's market, like I mentioned, on Tuesdays. San Marcos is at the cutting edge of modern living, and this is just the beginning. This is North City at only 15% of what it will actually become. I, for one, can't wait to see what our downtown core will look like when it reaches its full potential. We recently had a glimpse of what it will look like with the new 12-story residential tower breaking ground last year. This new direction will allow Seabreeze to design more community green space and open spaces for our entire community to enjoy. Exciting things are happening right here in San Marcos. With the Restaurant Row revitalization, we're going back to our roots of community building. The beauty of Restaurant Row was spending time with our loved ones over a meal. This type of connection is something that will be kept alive in this new stage, with an added park space that will provide a charming gathering space for our entire community. While entering into this phase of history, Fish House Veracruz will remain open at Restaurant Row as a reminder of where we came from and an example of where we will continue to move forward to. And Lennar Homes will be redeveloping this Restaurant Row. Their proposal will add 1.2-acre neighborhood park, 202 townhomes and houses, 10,000 square feet of commercial space, and will update public safety with improved street crossings, new bike lanes, and more frequent bus stops. With these renovations, people will see what we have always known. We are a destination city. Attracting, retaining, and expanding businesses has always been at the forefront of our economic development efforts. Just look at Hollandia Dairy. This family-owned and operated business has been in North County since 1950 and is now one of the main dairy suppliers for Southern California. This family's perseverance has led them through their 73 years in business. To this day, they are one of the oldest independent dairy producers and distributors in the entire state of California. Another San Marcos project is paving the way in innovation, Marcos. This project will create a community with a mixed-use property plan which envisions a high-quality artist-inspired commercial space, retail hub, multifamily townhomes, and open space amenities featuring a children's play area, barbecue spaces, and so much more. The Las Posas Creek will act as a physical dividing line between the west and east ends, as well as offer a bridge to connect the two areas. The west end will offer 102 townhomes built by Cal Pacific Homes, ranging from 2 to 3 bedrooms, while the east end will become a unique retail experience. This space will boast workshops, so you get to actually watch people making things, and with retail showrooms where visitors are encouraged to enjoy those behind-the-scenes processes of the items that they are purchasing. As part of this community building experience, Marcos will host small to large size events in the community gathering spaces in the East End to encourage building bonds with our neighbors. These events range from live music to lawn and craft beer and holiday festivals, all which will be right there in that lawn area. All of which will continue to reinforce the legacy of San Marcos, keeping our small town roots as we move forward to our next phase. With our world-class education institutions and a talented workforce, our city pipeline for regional talent has become home to high-paying industries, including manufacturing, healthcare, construction, administrative support, and management. At San Marcos, we pride ourselves on the variety of services we offer to help businesses thrive, one of those being our ever-improving concierge service. Over 175 organizations were assisted in 2022 alone with a variety of services, including site selection, permit assistance, connection to resources, and so much more. Even a little hand-holding. Services such as these are available for our nearly 4,290 established enterprises, as well as any businesses considering to relocate here in San Marcos. We have also modernized the process of helping businesses select locations for commercial and industrial spaces with our new open counter. This web-based tool allows business owners to identify and confirmed locations that are compliant with zoning regulations at their convenience, even from home in their pajamas if they want to, outside of our normal business hours. All businesses have to do is answer a few questions regarding their enterprise needs, including intended business use and their ideal location, and the tool will allow them to explore the city's zoning codes and the map for the areas that meet their criteria and comply with potential zoning permit requirements. This will help all of our businesses open quicker. These innovative ways of streamlining business processes have helped solidify our reputation as a business-friendly city. It has never been a better time to open a business here in San Marcos. And local businesses are at the heart of a thriving city. How else would you be able to employ 42,000 people and grow into an economic size of over $6 billion annually? For a small city, that's pretty good. Along with the San Marcos City Council members, I've had the privilege of visiting San Marcos businesses during our bi-weekly business visits. The goal of these visits is for the City Council to learn more about our diverse business community and determine ways that we can better support them. In addition, partnerships with the city, businesses, and San Marcos educational hubs are a key to building desirable spaces for residents to live, work, learn, and play. And one of our innovative ways to connect our residents is through our city app. We launched this simultaneously with my first State of the City in 2019. It has never been easier to submit a service request for a non-emergency concern to our city staff. One of these updates is creating a seamless connection between the app and our city website, which will create a more efficient process and streamline our services. And I highly encourage you to download the app in the app stores so you can connect to San Marcos on a different level. With all these exciting updates, safety and public health, though, are still our city's top priority. We're proud to welcome a new addition to our healthcare facilities with the completion of the new Kaiser Permanente Hospital this summer. And they will join all of our other healthcare professionals that we already have here in San Marcos. With the opening of this much anticipated project, we will have secured over 1,000 new high-paying jobs. That's exciting. The details of this medical facility are definitely something to marvel at. And not only is it Platinum LEED certified, it has 206 beds, single hospital bedrooms, 8 operating rooms, 39 emergency department bays, 10 labor and delivery suites, and a level 2 neonatal intensive care unit. This is an addition to our city, continuing to put San Marcos on the map as a healthcare hub. Of course, the new Kaiser Building joins our already prospering medical community, including, yes, Palomar Health, Scripps, and then also all of the other small little places that we have. Scripps Coastal Medical Center and Palomar Health for supporting our community. We thank them for getting us through this pandemic. And Scripps welcomed their 30,000th patient in their family medicine department on March 17th. Then the next day, they received their 10,000th patient in their Healthcare Express clinic. This highlights the importance Scripps Health continues to have on our community and the North County region. And we are forever indebted to all of our healthcare staff for bringing us onto this other side of the pandemic to improve our health. And in some very exciting news, we are proud to announce the arrival of our new Sheriff Captain, Kevin Ralph. Captain Ralph began his career in law enforcement here in San Marcos. During his time in our city, he received several awards, including a life-saving medal for helping a distraught resident. He quickly and diligently made his way up the ladder, being promoted from sergeant to lieutenant in just 4 years. We are honored to and welcome him back to San Marcos. Thank you, Captain Ralph, for taking up the mantle and keeping us safe. And last week, we actually were noted to be the safest city in all of San Diego County. Safety has always been my top priority for our city, and I'm proud to say that our overall crime rate has gone down 5% since 2018, and property crime rate has gone down 10% during that same time frame. Community-based policing, parking enforcement, graffiti abatement, crime prevention efforts, and neighborhood watch programs all support the city's efforts to keep San Marcos visitors and residents safe. But I would be remiss if I didn't speak about our fire department. They have, their success speaks for itself with their Class 1 Public Protection Classification rating. This is the highest level of recognition from the Insurance Service Organization, ISO, and is held by only 37 fire departments in the state of California. They also have an incredible response time with an average dispatch taking only 7.22 minutes to arrive at the scene. And we have a pretty hilly community, so that takes a while to get there. I want to take a moment to highlight our heroes even further, though. In recent months, San Marcos firefighters have performed many bold rescue missions. These situations included rescuing someone stuck in a storm drain under the 78 and removing a victim from a hazardous material release. These are only a few examples of the bravery of this department that they exemplify every single day. A huge thank you for the leadership of our fire chief, Dan Barron, who is with us today. The City of San Marcos also supports the Listos Ready California Emergency Preparedness Campaign from the state of California. This program aims to engage more than 1 million vulnerable Californians and their geographies and their population to ensure they are prepared for all emergencies. It also builds on the success of existing resident efforts throughout the state of California to foster local community disaster preparedness networks. As you know, we affectionately refer to our city as San Marcos. And with over 290 acres of land dedicated to parks It's hard to deny. People from all over North County come to enjoy our 72 miles of walking trails, biking, and equestrian as well. And this year, our Parks Department has been living up to the San Marcos reputation with the opening of 2 new parks, Las Abejas and South Lake. A third, Paseo de Arroyo, will be opening soon. These wonderful additions join our already established 21 mini and 18 community and neighborhood parks, bringing the grand total to 41 parks. The opening of South Lake Park is yet another example of a transformation point in our history. Not long ago, South Lake was used as a drinking water reservoir for most of downtown San Marcos and the Coronado Hills area. In 1984, Vallecito's Water District, which they are here today, stopped using it as a drinking water source and instead used it as an emergency water storage reservoir. Now this 10-acre site is open to the public. It was pretty exciting to do that. And finally, people get to fish without doing it illegally, so we like that. It has an abundance of fun outdoor activities, such as the 1.2-mile-long hiking trail around the lake with the idyllic spots for fishing and also, of course, lots of beautiful pictures. But if you haven't visited yet, I highly encourage you to get over there and enjoy that beautiful location with its diverse wildlife. But parks are not the only thing that our Parks and Rec department has to offer. They also have an amazing amount of family fun activities, including fantasy tea parties, fun Friday nights, and the newly renovated Jack's Pond Park Nature Center. People of all ages are invited to participate in activities also at our Senior Activities Center. Although you might have to fight some people off for that coveted bingo spot on Mondays. As I mentioned, this was a big year for our department. Not only have they opened 2 new parks, but they also have continued to implement sustainability standards here in our city with our events, help with rebranding the 4th of July fireworks show, and created a Trail Champion program to help encourage participation in our monthly hike program. Those are generally on the first Saturday of every month, so we have one coming up here. All on top of working to reopen the newly renovated and remodeled Nature Center at Jack's Pond Park, thanks to generous support of the Friends of San Marcos. They're a foundation that supports our Parks and Rec department. I was so impressed with the transformation that took place at Jack's Pond Park, so if you have not checked it out, I spent a lot of time there with my kids, and it is unbelievable how beautiful it looks. The amount of joy our Parks Department brings to our city is immeasurable, and we are so excited for all that they do. Some of the big projects to look forward to this year include resurfacing the pickleball courts for all you pickleballers out there at Innovation Park and upgrading the billiards at our Senior Activities Center. Another department, though, that's been hard at work is our Public Works Department. They've been focusing on renovations and repairs to showcase the beauty of our city. From helping out our firefighters by remodeling the kitchen at Fire Station Number 1, to repairing the dreaded potholes that we have had under this unprecedented amount of rain, and then also resurfacing major repairs at Hollandia Skate Park. The biggest enterprise from last year's was definitely at Connors Park. The Public Works Department took on the major task of replacing all the original synthetic turf, but they didn't stop there. They also extended the turf along the north end of the park and added netting along the west side to improve conditions for recreational sports such as football. So constantly making these improvements to our city is no small endeavor, and is something that our entire community can appreciate. Looking to our future, though, our team is very excited for what lies ahead. They're taking on big responsibilities, such as upgrading the Montiel Dog Park, that will include dog amenities such as a teeter-totter and a tunnel. And then the San Marcos, thanks again to the San Marcos Friends of San Marcos Parks and Recreation. They have gone over and above to help out our Parks Department. They've also replaced the playground equipment at Foothills and Simmons Parks, and we'll be adding our first San Marcos zip line at Simmons Park. So stay tuned for that. These are some of the few plans that they have for this next upcoming year. But our Public Works Department has worked very hard and are often unrecognized for their efforts. Let's take a moment to honor them for always showing up, rain or shine, and keeping our community looking its best. I'm actually very excited that they don't have to go out into the creek anymore in 3-foot deep water. That's no fun for anyone. Anyway, improving the quality of life of our community is always something that we're thinking about. And continuing with our San Marcos legacy is the opening of Paseo de Arroyo Park and the completion of the much-needed, long-anticipated Creek District infrastructure project that we've been talking about for decades. This 214-area capital improvement project, the largest in our city's history, has been so many years in the making, decades. And I'm thrilled to say we are almost across that finish line. With this accomplishment, we will have constructed a new 4-lane bridge on Via Veracruz named after Pia Harris-Ebert, our first councilwoman ever elected. She's here today. And a 2-lane bridge on Bent Avenue named after Lionel Doc Burton, our first directly elected mayor. We also widened Discovery Street, preserved and restored 1.5 miles of the creek habitat, raised roadways to reduce the flooding, and created a new park and trail system. It's a big project. Before this massive undertaking, every year we would have the flooding issues in the park, lots of pictures to show that. But our city definitely needed this development upgrade. After years in the making, it's finally becoming a reality. Although we have had some setbacks, a thing like a global pandemic and unprecedented weather will do that for you, I'm proud to see the near completion of this project through and add this chapter to the history of our city's textbook. I want to take a moment to thank all San Marcos residents for their patience and understanding during this very complicated and much-needed infrastructure project. Without your support, this project would have been far more challenging, and trust me, it was challenging. I know for one, it's not easy to have multiple years of traffic complications, construction delays, and unpredictable weather. But our community has handled this disruption with humility, grace, and determination to see this project through. I'm sincerely grateful to each one of you, and I do see that Isaac is back at the back of the room. He does not like us to congratulate him or anything like that, but he has done such a great job watching this entire project, so thank you, Isaac. This major project exemplifies what it means to be a service to your community. The plan stretches across multiple departments, city councils, construction crews, and even generations. This project is a selfless dream for many to improve our community. We thank everyone who helped and continues to work on this undertaking. Thank you for elevating San Marcos, and thank you for keeping that spirit of service alive. I would be remiss not to mention the spirit of service, but not mention some members of our community that were vital in the beginnings of our city that passed away this past year. Margaret Betty Ferguson and Ari DeYoung. Betty was a pioneer of her time. She was the first city clerk for the city of San Marcos. But she didn't stop there. She also sat on many boards, including the San Marcos Unified School Board of Trustees, the San Marcos Fire Protection District, and the Vallecillos Water Board, to name a few. She actually sat with me on the Creek District Task Force as well. Betty owned a successful real estate and brokerage business and continued to consult on planning and land work once she left her career at the city. She was truly an example of how to embody the spirit of service. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge Ari DeYoung and his wonderful wife, Annika DeYoung, who is with us today. And I think I might have seen his son, Eric, as well. Anyway, thank you, Annika, for sharing your husband with us. He was a shining light for San Marcos and someone we will definitely not forget. He was one of a kind. Ari and his family immigrated to California from the Netherlands in 1949 when he was only 10 years old. They established the Hollandia Dairy and soon became a force to be reckoned with. In 1976, Ari left Hollandia Dairy to start North County Disposal. This was his first, but not last, business endeavor. He spent his life reinventing the wheel and becoming successful in all the businesses that he touched and the real estate that he purchased and turned into something amazing. Some of these great ventures included the purchase of Standard Feeding and restoring the Melrose Ranch in Valley Center. His selfless love for his community and advocacy for business development is what makes him one of the founding models of the San Marcos spirit of service. Let us strive to be a shining light for our community, as Betty and Ari have been. I am grateful to have served this city as an elected official for the last 16 years, first as council member, then as vice mayor, and now as the city's first female mayor. Throughout this time, I have had the privilege of watching our city come into its own. We have managed to keep our small town identity intact as we enter the next phase of our history. I, for one, am excited and to continue this grand journey with all of you and what will lie ahead. I know that big ideas will continue to come to life in our thriving city. Let's take some time to celebrate the fact that San Marcos is 60 years young. And as we enter this 60th year, let us reflect on the accomplishments our community has made throughout our rich history and keep that San Marcos spirit alive. The San Marcos spirit of service alive. Anyway, let's keep at the core of who we are together. San Marcos is a diverse community, vibrant, and we are proud to call it home, and it takes all of us to care for it. Because of our collective effort, we have put San Marcos on the map for the destination city that it is. Thank you for joining me today and letting me share one of my favorite subjects, the city of San Marcos, and indulging me in your time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor Jones. Wow, lots happening in San Marcos. So happy that not only do I get to work in San Marcos, but we get to live in San Marcos too. So thanks to everybody for attending today. Before I wrap up, I do want to recognize our San Marcos Chamber staff, Melanie Hamil. Melanie is our events director. She's the one that does everything. So Michael Jenkins, our membership director. And Daisy Zavala, our office manager communications. Special thanks again to all of our sponsors who made today happen. We appreciate not only your sponsorship today, but your sponsorship and being active members of the Chamber all year long. Thanks again for attending today. Thanks again for your continued support and confidence in our organization. We value your partnership. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.